আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওরহমতুল্লাহি ওবরাকাতুহ। Dear student of class 8 English version, welcome to online class by Greenfield Islam College. How are you today? I hope that you are very well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I'm also fine. Now I'm very delighted to get a unique opportunity to deliver today's topic. Specific to this topic, chapter 3, lesson 3 and 4. Dear student, first of all, uh, some sometime I'll discuss about how to make assignment. Then, inshallah, uh, I will discuss about today's topic. How to make a assignment. First of all, write down the title of title of assignment, first chapter first assignment, title of assignment of first chapter archive, short question, suppose what is called archive, etc, etc. Okay, now we'll discuss today's topic, lesson 3, description of nun sakin and tanwin. Nun sakin, what is called nun sakin? The noon one who is zozo is used is called nun sakin. For example, alif nun zabor an, alif nun zed in, alif nun fish un. Okay. Tanwin, what is called tanwin? Two jabors, two zeds, two peshes are called tanwin. One nun sakin remains hidden in is tanwin, which is expressed at the time of pronunciation. For example, rajulun. Its read is rajulun. Instead of tanwin of letter lam, the letter lam is read with pesh and nun sakin. The degree of nun sakin and tanwin. Nun sakin and tanwin are pronounced similarly. For this reason, these two are discussed together. The precept of tanwin, tasbih. There are 4 laws of nun sakin and tanwin in tasbih. For example, in order to read nun sakin and tanwin, our rules are to be followed. Number 1, idgham. Number 2, ikfa. Number 3, ishar. And number 4, qalb or iqlab. Okay. Idgham. What is called idgham? Idgham, the meaning of the word idgham is read by combining, by mixing one thing with another. So idgham means to read in euphonic junction by joining one letter with another. In terminology of tasbih, after nun sakin or tanween, if any of the 6 letters of idgham comes, that nun sakin or tanween is to be read jointly with that letter by making a junction. This very process of reading is called idgham. Okay. Because of idgham, both letters are pronounced at the same time, and the letter which comes next to nun sakin or tanween is attached to a tasdeed. For example, mar rabbuka. Marrab, that means mim ra jabor mar ra ba jabor rab ba peshbuk kaf jabor ka mar rabbuka. Okay, the letters of idgham are 6 letters. There are 6 letters of idgham: ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, nun. Okay, together they are called yaw malun. Idgham is of two kinds. There, idgham with gunna, idgham without gunna. So, what is called idgham with gunna? After nun sakin or tanwin, if any of 4 letters ya, waw, mim, nun comes, that nun sakin or tanwin is to be read jointly with that letter with gunna of one alif. This is called idgham with gunna. Another name of it is idgham in nafis. Okay, for example, hittatun nagfir lakum man yaqulu. Okay, here after nun sakin or tanwin comes the letter ya, and nun sakin ya and nun. So nun sakin and tanwin together with the blend of ya and nun are to be read with gunna of one alif time. What is called idgham without gunna? After nun sakin or tanwin, if any of the rest 2 letters ra, lam comes, that nun sakin or tanwin is to be read joined with the letter without gunna. This is called idgham without gunna. Another name of it is idgham kamil. For example, milladunka, milladunka, nun sakin after lam, so we have to read this side without gunna. Milladunka. Ghafurur Rahim, ra once upon tanwin, ra after ra. Okay, Ghafurur Rahim, without gunna you have to read. Okay, in the above mentioned 2 examples, the letters ra and lam have come after sakin or tanwin. So sakin or tanwin is to be read jointly with those letters, but in this case without gunna. Now I will discuss about the ikfa. Ikfa means, what is the meaning of ikfa? Ikfa means reading covertly or secretly. The letters of ikfa are 15. How many total letters of ikfa? 15. Ta, tha, jim, dal, dal, ra, sin, shin, so, do, fa, qaf, ka. These are ikfa in nun sakin. If any of these letters comes after nun sakin, nun sakin or tanwin, this nun sakin or tanwin has to be pronounced with the nasal sound silently, like pronunciation Chandra Bindu, the nasal sign, and to be read lengthening equal to 1 at a time. This is called ikfa. For example, of ikfa in nun sakin, min tahtiha, munzirin, minkum, min sijilin, man fa'ala, indi. Every nun sakin after ta, nun sakin after dal, nun sakin after kaf, nun sakin after sin. Okay, every nun sakin you have to recite with gunna, but secretly. Okay. Example of ikfa in tanwin. Dharratin syarra. Dharratin syarra. That means tanwin. Ta under the ta. Tanwin. Dharratin syarra. Ni'matin tujza. Zillan zalila. Okay. Every time you have to read with gunna but secretly. Izhar. What is called izhar? Izhar means implies to read distinctly, to reveal, etc. In the terminology of tasbih after nun sakin or tanween, if any of the letters of izhar comes to pronounce that nun sakin or tanween distinctly from its own makras without gunna is called izhar. The total number of the letters of izhar is 6. They are hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. For example, minhum. You have to read without gunna. Minhum min khairin azizun alayhi. Okay. Last point, qalb or iqlab. Qalb or iqlab implies to read by making alternation. In the terminology of tasbih, if the letter ba comes after nun sakin or tanween, this nun sakin or tanween has to be converted into mim and read with gunna equal 1 to alif, 1 to 1 alif. This is called iqlab or iqlab. Iqlab has only one letter, which is ba. For example, mim ba'di, sami'un basir, sami'un basir. Okay, this may be mentioned here in the Holy Quran when nun sakin or tanwin is in the position of iqlab. The letter mim is presented in a small form beside that nun sakin or tanwin. Okay, so dear student, to recite the Holy Quran properly, you have to rules and regulation of tasbih. For example, nun sakin and tasbih. Nun sakin and tanwin. Nun sakin tanwin is very important rule of tasbih to recite the Holy Quran properly or nicely or correctly. Okay, now we'll discuss about the mim sakin. Lesson 4, discussion of mim sakin. What is called mim sakin? You have to know about this knowledge to recite the Holy Quran properly. Mim sakin, the rules of mim sakin. Mim sakin, if there is a zozom over the letter mim, and the mim with the zozom is called mim sakin. For example, laku. There are rules for reading mim sakin. There are three rules of reading mim sakin: izhar, idgham, and ikhfa. What is called izhar of mim sakin? Izhar means to read distinctly or clearly. After mim sakin, if any letter other than ba and mim comes the lucid pronunciation of the mim sakin from its own makras without gunna is called izhar. For example, laku, dinukum, amtun diruhum. Okay, so you have to read without gunna. Idgham of mim sakin. Idgham, you know that idgham means to read jointly. After mim sakin, if the letter mim with harkat comes in, this mim sakin along with the mim with harkat has to be read with gunna equal to 1 alif. This is called idgham. In this case of tasdeed is attached to second mim For example, fi qulubihim maradun. Fi qulubihim maradun. That means after mim sakin mim. Okay, so joint. You have to join to read with gunna. Fi qulubihim maradun. Fi qulubihim maradun. Last point, ikfa. What is called ikfa of mim sakin? Ikfa means to read in heart or in secret. If the letter ba is present after mim sakin, that mim sakin has to be read with gunna of one alif. This is called ikfa of mim sakin. For example, alaikum bil mu'minin. Alaikum bil mu'minin. That means after mim sakin comes ba. As a result, you have to read with gunna. Alaikum bil mu'minin wama hum bi mu'minin wama hum bi mu'minin. That means after mim sakin ba. Okay, so dear student, two lesson, lesson 3 and 4 lesson, very important lesson to accurate to recite Holy Quran accurately or nicely or correctly. So you have to know less about this lesson to read Quran properly. Okay, dear student, already you have known to recite the Holy Quran is the best novel ibadah in the world. So you have to die one day, but when you don't know. So as a result, in this every moment in the world, you have to acquire more and more stuff to recite the Holy Quran. Okay, if you recite the Holy Quran in the morning and in the afternoon, in the evening, all the Most High pleased to you. Okay, so if you cannot recite the Holy Quran properly, otherwise salat is not granted to Allah. Okay, without reciting the Holy Quran properly in the salat is not granted to Allah. Okay, so dear student, I am requesting you have to die on day. So you have to increase more ibadat. For example, to perform salat, to pay zakat, to recite the Holy Quran properly. So as a little for reciting the Holy Quran properly, you have to known about the rules and resolution of tasbih. For example, makras, nun sakin and tanwin, mim sakin, mad, sifat, etc., etc. Okay, so you have to acquire this knowledge. Acquire this knowledge to recite the Holy Quran properly. Otherwise, you can't recite the Holy Quran properly. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a hadith, "Talabul ilmi faridatin ala kulli Muslim." To acquire knowledge is compulsory. But what kinds of knowledge to acquire compulsory? But that's the knowledge to acquire is compulsory. That is to lead to know the Allah, to identify the Allah, and to proper to recite the Holy Quran properly. This acquired knowledge is compulsory of every Muslim. Okay, so as a Muslim, you have to 5 times salat in a day. So when you perform salat in 5 times, you have to recite the Holy Quran in salat. So you have to recite the Holy Quran properly then that time. Otherwise, without or wrong reciting the Holy Quran in salat is not granted to Allah. So you have to, at any cost, you have to recite the Holy Quran properly to gain, to attain nearest to Allah. Okay, that's all. Dear student, that's all today's topic for the time. Best of Allah Hafiz, all the best. Thank you very much, MD Muhammad Masud Rahman.